Hey, good morning, everybody. It's time for the TrickTrades video watch list for July 24th. Hope everyone's having a really good weekend. I know I have been. So let's get into it. TEAR. Normally I would look for a short on this, but it put up a pretty good, the price action really held up. And I mean, I know the daily chart here, it's garbage, right? But I don't know, these day two continuations lately. Uh, I think that this may catch a continuation, but I still will look for a short in the afternoon. I want this. Like, I think we can catch a move on this at least to 4. I really do. I think it'll come up to 4 or possibly right around there, 418. I might mark that level because that'll be pretty interesting. So we'll watch for that, and that's what I'm going to be watching on TEAR. Plug. Now this likes to sell off after pops, after gap ups. It had some news on its Walmart deal. I guess they increased it, so I mean that's always good. But I'll be watching, if this can break highs, if it can break this level here, it could squeeze. I mean, it's got a 5% 15% short float. So I mean that's pretty big, right? So I'll be watching this more to the long side, to be honest, and just watching just for that break of 252. If it breaks 252, I'm going to go long on it because it's got a high percentage of the short float that's short. It's got a really big float and it's a slow mover, guys. That's why I'm just kind of but it does move. On a volatile day, you will catch a little bit. It's not a huge mover though, but once it picks a direction, it's usually pretty easy. CBay, I'll be watching this actually long. I think they want higher on this before they release the offering. However, I'll be extremely wary. So I think this has a magnet to 8 at this point. So I mean that's 25 cents of upside right now, and I think overall I think tomorrow it could easily get 850 or 9. I think momentum can really get going on this stock. However, if this starts going red on the day, I'll be all over it because I think it's going to be a nice big red day. But I think that they're going to really try and prop the bids up and get ready for this offering. TXMD, this is just kind of a whatever type of play. It's at some key resistance areas, right? So I mean that's why I'm watching it. However, I mean if it breaks this level, right? So if it can get over this or so, I think it'll push to 6, and then we do have a gap fill coming up. We'll see what happens on this one. This one I'm just going to kind of keep up on and monitor and take a look for it. Not necessarily to play tomorrow, but maybe sometime this week. I think we'll have a play on it this week. It does have quite a bit of volume during the day, so it's a liquid name. Does like to give big red days, likes to give some pretty decent green days. So either way, I think we'll have a trade on it. KTOV, this is a complete piece of garbage. I think a lot of people got into it short on this pop yesterday. It just barely held green. It's hard to say. Normally, I would just say, yeah, short it down. But lately, we've been getting really surprised. So I'm trying to get over these biases. So I'll be watching it. Now, if it can kind of get back over 2 and break 2, I think we can get a little bit of a squeeze going. I don't have the short percentage available right now, but I'll have to look that up. I would imagine it would be pretty high. I mean, it is a piece of garbage. So could easily get a move on this, squeeze up. XGTI, this seems to be on a mission to ramp up. So if we can get a break at 250, look for a move to 75 or so. I think it's in the cards. It seems to be all these little anticipation candles, these smaller green days. It's leading to something. I don't think all of this buying is just going to lead to just a red day, but I mean, we'll see. XGTI is another. It's a complete piece of garbage. But I am trying to get over these biases because the market is hot right now, guys. And I think we've been missing some really good opportunities just looking solely for shorts. I mean, I do long things from time to time, but it's got to be a really good setup. But I think we could easily get a move to 3 on this. I think it's in the cards. I do think it's in the cards. And if it pops over 3, yeah, I think we could get a pretty explosive move. TTS. If you look at this after hours here, pull back. It has reclaimed the 14. I mean, not by much, in very low volume. So I mean, it doesn't really count. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm going to be watching. I will play this both ways. If 14 can hold and it gives a nice opportunity to get long into first thing in the morning, I will go long on this. Because the balance should present at least 40, 50 cents of easy gains, right? Like you got to look for plays like this. It's pretty easy, right? So that's what I'll be watching on that. Also, but I mean, if this level of like 1390 can't hold, I'll be watching for a short on that. Okay, now the last 2 tickers I'm going to talk about here, these are the ones I'm really interested in. ZN has finally broken this. It's a pretty key level, right? So there's lots of support in the 25-ish area, 20 area. So it's finally broken that. And if you look at the daily chart here, I think this thing's just, the bottom's going to fall out. I really do. I think we can at least get a move. It'll probably pull a little bit of support in this area here at 4. So we got a good point of downside. I think it's going to happen. We will have to be watching oil names though. So we'll watch oil and we'll see what it's doing. But if oil is gapping down, this should come crashing down. I think its days are numbered. This company's a joke. Dries. Now, I have some thoughts on dries. I'm just going to give you the quick rundown because I'm going to be doing a couple video lessons on it. And I know it's, whatever, but everyone talks about it. But it's such a good learning tool, right? I don't want to be one of those fucking guys that just jumps on the dries bandwagon, but I have some really good thoughts, and I think there's a lot of money to be made if we play this correctly, okay? This reverse split is very different, and I thought it was going to be different, and it is different, and we're going to see some action out of dries here this summer, guys. I really do believe that. This isn't just going to die off. It's not after this. No way. So anyways, I'm going to be watching for it to hold this level, but here's what's going to happen. I think Kalani's going to come in the picture pre-market and he's going to sell it off just like he did Friday. So once we start noticing where he lets shorts in, right, that's the key level, and we're going to watch that in the afternoon because it's going to slowly creep back up like it does, and then it's going to hit that squeeze zone. And I don't know if we'll get a huge squeeze like this because not too many people are going to be very wary. A lot of people blew up on this, but regardless, I think there's going to be a way to really capitalize. I think they're going to pull some intraday squeezes on it. So, okay, guys, but that's the trade recap for July 24th. We have a lot of really good plays, but I really want you to focus on watch for plug to see if we get that. XGTI, I think there's a move long on it. TTS should be a really easy bounce play if 14 can hold. ZN should be a fairly easy play, but borrows are expensive and rare. TEAR, really good for a day 2 continuation. I really think that there's going to be a day 2 continuation. And for the most part, guys, stay away from DRYS. I really don't want you guys playing it. It's very scary. But, I mean, if played correctly, we can all make some money on it. So anyways, have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
You're done?